Hi, this is Martin Shkreli returning your call.
Oh, hey Martin, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
How can I help you?
Okay, so yeah, I called earlier. I just want to ask if you'd be interested in doing the Come Town podcast.
Oh, I'm not interested.
You're not?
No.
Okay, they're like Nick and the guys. They're all big fans of yours.
Did you misunderstand
they're
me?
Wu-Tang fans. They're Wu-Tang fans too.
Okay, I don't know if you didn't hear me. I'm not interested at all.
Okay. You're not interested?
No.
Okay, is there all right, cool. I mean, I think it'd be pretty, I think you'd really like it if you checked it out.
Happy. What do you know about me? Why do you think I would like it specifically?
Well, I just know from you, your general, persona online and stuff.
What?
It seems like you have a pretty good sense of humor.
Right.
And you're, probably a comedy fan.
Not really.
These guys really, what's that?
Not really.
You're not a comedy fan?
No.
Well, I mean, you just you're funny, you know? I think you're funny.
Okay.
Based on what
I'm a pretty serious person, man. I gotta say, I spend almost all my day working.
Well, yeah,
Kind of just a working stiff, you know. I like a good joke like everybody else, but.
Well, I mean, I think that it would be. It's like a cool opportunity. You don't have to do it, obviously, but the guys would love to have you on, and I think that
I'll pass.
They're pretty chill guys.
I'm sure they're
chill guy.
I'm sure they're lovely,
What?
but I'm gonna have to pass. Amongst other things, the name of the podcast is kind of revolting.
Hometown?
Yeah.
Well, it's I mean, I think if you're part of someone that can be offended by words, yeah, I think that's
Yep.
that's funny. But I think
I'm that kind of person. Unfortunately, I have to pass because of that reason.
Because of the name?
Yeah.
Well, if they changed the name of the podcast, would you do it?
Well, let me know when they do that.
Okay, so all right. Can I call you back with a new name?
If they permanently change the name of their podcast and there's no references at all to that former name, that issue. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Stop interrupting me, please.
Yeah.
I gave you the courtesy of calling me back, of calling you back.
I appreciate it.
The first hang-up I have with this, which is an immediate disqualifier, is the name. But even if the name were Martin Shkreli Fan Webcast, I'm not sure that I'd be interested because I don't know anything about it. And furthermore, there's nobody connected to me that I know. For instance, I don't know who you are. I don't know who the host is. I don't know. And let me, please. Why you do this to me? Can you just let me finish? Thank you. Please don't do that again. There's nobody. You're doing it again. There's nobody that I know, not you, not the hosts of the podcast that I personally know, that are in any way, shape, or form connected to me. Do you understand? So they can't vouch with any credibility that this podcast is worth entertaining. I hope that makes sense to you. If it was someone who it was my cousin or my media advisor or just my best friend, and they said, gosh, this is a wonderful podcast, then it absolutely makes sense to do. And that's why, by the way, in general, the way these types of things are done is people approach not the person directly, but instead they approach the media advisor, the PR advisor, of which I have many, some of whom I have told the public who they are, and they approach them immediately. My guess is if they were approached, my advisor would immediately say, because of the name of this podcast, he absolutely cannot go on this show. I've been on other shows like The Breakfast Club, which is a little bit more controversial and edgy. No problem doing something like that. I went on Pardon My Take, the Barstool Sports podcast, which was fabulous.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that this might be of similar quality, but without someone who can vouch for it to me and my staff, and without a higher viewership number, quite frankly, I looked at the host's Twitter followers. He does not have very many Twitter followers. In fact, I outnumber his Twitter followers by almost tenfold, which is, rather embarrassing, considering that I'm a please be quiet. considering that I'm just a lowly business person, and he's in the media. I mean, his job is to get people to listen to him. My job is to do my job for shareholders, not to get people to notice me. In fact, I actively try not to be noticed as far as I can be. So in any event, I must decline. I appreciate it. You have not been very convincing at all.
Can I just respond? Can I respond?
Yeah, of course.
I heard you out.
You're wasting my time, but.
All right, yeah, I know your time is valuable, and I really appreciate the call back. Couple things. First of all, not reaching out to media advisors. You know, the fact is that we are young people in comedy. We've developed a cult following that's small but is devoted, and I think that it's like, in terms of branding, I don't know if it's going to be good for you in terms of media or PR, but I think that it'd be something that's kind of fun. And
okay, but you still seem to. I put you on mute, so I can't hear you, and nobody else can hear you. You still seem to be failing to understand the concept that what you think, and I know this might be hard for you to understand, but just stop and I beg you to think about this. What you think may not be what other people think. For instance, I think I'm the most handsome man on the planet. But not every woman thinks that. It sucks. It fucking sucks. It's true. I think I'm the smartest person in the world. Unfortunately, not everyone else thinks that. Do you understand now that because you think something might be fun, that I might not think it's fun? Does that make sense?
Okay, Martin, do you
No. I just want you to understand. You guys are calling me, and I'm taking whatever phone calls. I'm calling people back. But your hypothesis is that you think something's going to be fun. And I put you on mute. Nobody can hear you. When I say you speak, you can speak. You think that I can't hear you. I can hear you like very faintly with like 3 decibels, like saying, Martin, shut the fuck up. Nobody can hear you. I can't hear you. I can hear you failing to speak because I put you on no volume. I can hardly understand you. So you would be best served listening instead of speaking for once in your fucking life. You can't call someone and say, I think that you're gonna enjoy this. Especially if you don't know that person. You have no fucking idea if I'm gonna enjoy it. And the problem is this isn't a free call option, as we would say in finance. I have to invest my time to actually experience this thing, to take my time out of my day, and it might backfire. I actually might specifically not enjoy it. And I have these big books that I gotta read to do my job effectively, and my employees are depending on me, my shareholders are depending on me, and you want me to stop and take a chance that I might have fun? Hey, go fuck a supermodel, I know I'll have fun. And I still don't do that because I have a responsibility. That's what the real world is about. Maybe if you stopped the dead-end job of being a comedian, you'd actually understand some of this shit. You have 90 seconds left before my 10 minutes is up.
He's on Periscope. Martin.
90 seconds.
Okay, 90 seconds. First of all, are you familiar with the comedian David Cross?
No.
Okay, he did Mr. Show, he was on...
You're wasting you have now 60 seconds.
Martin, I have a question for you.
You have 60 seconds.
Okay, when you were on the Breakfast Club, here's my question for you, okay? Were you...
You have 50 seconds now. Go ahead.
Were you a jock, a geek, a freak, a loser, or were you the Chinese one?
What are you talking about?
On the Breakfast Club! The fucking movie Breakfast Club!
Oh, I was on I've never seen that movie. I was on a radio show called The Breakfast Club.
You fucking retarded idiot!
You have 30
You
seconds.
piece of shit!
Are you upset that you've been unable to convince me of virtually anything? I'm sure that's tough for you. Say I love you. Hello?
Hey, is Martin?
Yes.
Martin, I don't know if you saw, but I said if my tweet gets 100 retweets, you'd come on podcast.
I didn't agree to that. I mean, you can't make a unilateral decision.
No, I know. It's just a suggestion, but obviously...
Okay, I've taken your suggestion into consideration, and you should kiss my ass.
Well, you should come on the podcast. Man.
No, actually, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I actually shouldn't. How about that?
Why shouldn't you? No.
Because I don't give a fuck about your stupid podcast. Leave me alone.
You should come on the podcast.
No, you're repeating yourself. I'll go back to... If you're going to repeat yourself, I'll repeat myself. I don't give a fuck about your stupid podcast. I'm never going to go on your podcast. I don't watch your podcast. I don't know who the fuck you are. So go fuck yourself. That work? That's good. That's good. The fuck? I don't even know. I'll go on Joe Rogan's podcast. What the fuck is your podcast? Get the fuck out of here. Bullshit. Yes, it's Martin Shkreli returning your phone call.
Martin, what's up, my dude?
How can I help you?
I'm the publicist for Compound. It's a semen-based podcast, and we were wondering if we could have you on sometime this week to discuss your love life,
I'm not interested. I could not be.
What's that?
I could not be less interested.
Why not let? Well, what would make you less? What could you be less interested in than us? Nothing. You're serious about that?
I am absolutely not interested in joining the podcast.
So you're less interested in that than killing more people with AIDS? Would you say?
Do you know a lot about pharmaceuticals?
I'm actually, I'm Walgreens. I'm Stavros Walgreens.
No, I'm sorry. You want to discuss drug pricing?
Yeah, drug pricing, whatever you
So
want.
tell me about drug pricing.
Pretty open-ended podcast. No, I can't do it on the phone, buddy. Gotta have you on the
It doesn't sound like you know anything about drug pricing.
What's that?
Doesn't sound like you know anything about pharmaceuticals.
Buddy, stop ducking the question.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you the question. You think I kill people with AIDS drugs?
Yeah. Well, look, I think so, right? Are you the guy who made a drug that kills poor people? I'm not that up on current events, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Do you want to talk about that, or do you want to just talk at me?
Yes, I would love to talk with and at you both, but on the podcast, dude.
No, I don't care about your podcast, but help me understand what you're talking about with respect to. You're talking about AIDS drugs? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What I mean? Look, dude, I don't appreciate this tone right now. I'm being very polite and offering you a free reign on a very successful podcast.
It's not a very successful podcast. It's actually irrelevant podcast. But
you're coming at me kind of a little disrespectful. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, I just want to understand what you meant by killing AIDS patients.
I was just kind of calling you a piece of shit in general. You know, I mean, I think that's.
But why?
Honestly, it mostly has to do with your face and your general demeanor. Like kind of the way you're speaking right now is annoying. But I think what we would love to do is hash all this out. It
sounds like you're similar to your fans. You have a very limited ability to rationalize and think through information as it comes at you. The great philosopher Bayes, came up with.
Intellectual on the podcast.
I don't know if you can even pretend to be intellectual for half a second.
Look, I'm not trying to give it away, dude. We're out here for what? Well, Periscope.
I just want to understand why you don't. I just want to understand why you don't like me. You know, and if you don't like me, why would you want me on your podcast?
Can I be honest with you, dude?
You should always be. You should always be honest with me.
I'm trying to get to know the real Marty. Do people call you Marty ever?
No.
Okay, the real Martin. I'm trying to get to know the real Martin in an in-depth podcast-style interview.
Well, I just want to understand what you meant by drug pricing.
See, you're getting hung up on you. See, okay, so I'm learning a little bit about you. This seems to be an issue that is very important to you.
Yeah, pharmaceuticals. I spent my whole life in pharmaceuticals, yeah. It sounds like you have some misconceptions about it.
Can you teach me on my podcast or what? Or are you just trying to,
Who is this? I'm sorry, who is this?
Stavros Walgreens.
Oh, who?
Oh boy, Martin. Listen, are you going to come down or not? Can we?
I've told you 100 times I have no interest in doing it whatsoever.
All right.
But I do want to talk to you about
shame.
pharmaceuticals. Sounds like you have some misconceptions about.
I don't want to talk about it over the phone, dude. I got, I'm a busy guy.
I see. So you have the time to insult me, but you don't have the time to back it up.
I do. Back what up, dude? What do you want me to fucking talk about?
Because you don't know what you're talking about. You parroting, something you heard in the media about drug pricing, but you're clueless on the subject.
Look, dude.
Am I wrong? am I wrong? You don't know anything about pharmaceuticals and pricing.
What are you going to do? Come down.
I've told you I'm not. But my problem with you isn't about your silly website. My problem with you is that you seem to have some animosity towards me about some pharmaceutical thing, but you also don't know anything about pharmaceuticals. And I'm trying to resolve that cognitive dissonance of stupidity that you're presenting.
Come on, man. What are we talking?
Well, you tell me why don't you like me? What's the issue with pharmaceuticals? I might consider your show if you talk to me like a human being.
Hey, now we're talking. Are you being serious?
Well, at this point, I mean, you're flabbergasting me with your inability to communicate. For a PR person, you should be better equipped. Maybe Come Town would be more successful if they found somebody else. No, you missed the point. I said that I'd strongly, I'm telling you, you just, I'm strongly considering it, but you're not explaining to me what your hang-ups are about pharmaceuticals. You said something about aid pricing. It was sort of a was a quick quip. It was like a slight. But let's get back to that point and tell me more about pharmaceuticals.
What do you want me to tell you about? Are you the pharmaceutical guy? You tell me, buddy.
No, you said that I like to kill AIDS patients with high drug prices. Is that what you said?
All right, man. This fucking sucks. Are you gonna do the fucking podcast or not, dude? What are we doing here?
I'm telling you. Tell me more about that, and I'll do your podcast.
That's it. That's all it'll take.
Well, you're impossible to talk to. I mean, why would anyone want to do a communications device of any kind? Podcast, web. I mean, you're like, this is like pulling teeth. You're the worst communicator I've heard. Tell me what you meant by that. Pharmaceuticals. So far today, pharmaceuticals.
No
what's
somebody worse.
You're a buffoon.
That's pretty good.
Are you a college student?
What are you looking at? Tuesday or Wednesday?
No. I want to understand what you meant by the pharmaceutical price increases and HIV and stuff like that. What do you know? What do you know about Martin Shkreli?
I don't even understand what we're doing here.
I'm asking you a question, you're not answering it.
I don't fucking want to talk about this. I want to talk about real Martin.
It sounds like we're in an impasse. You want to talk about something that I don't want to talk about. I want to talk about something that you don't want to talk about. One of us has to give ground, and then the other will give ground. I'm telling you that if you give some ground, I'll do your podcast. But if you don't give any ground, we're going to be at a stalemate.
Let's give ground.
Okay. So, what do you know about pharmaceuticals and Martin Shkreli?
Oh, jeez. Brian, look, I don't know much, Martin. I'm trying to learn.
You said something about HIV and killing people, so
yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I wanted to get a rise. Look, I'm being open and honest with you, Martin.
Not really. You're all you're doing is saying my name over and over again. You have to come up with some coherent thought that expresses your opinion. Maybe I'll give you a start. You heard about me on the news, yeah?
You've been on the news?
Uh-huh. Keep going. You can do it. Just take whatever's going on in your brain, put down the beer and the football game, and just focus. You can talk.
What do you have against beer and football?
Nothing. I just need you to focus on uttering some sentences here. You sound like you're a pothead or something. Just can you communicate at all? Say something, dude.
Yeah, you're in the news. You bought look, I'm not
I know. It's obvious to anyone listening.
All right, so we got it. We're agreeing.
But you insulted you insulted me a little bit there.
You've been insulting me this whole time, dude.
No, because you started. You started it.
Well, you told me you didn't want to do my podcast.
Right.
I got hurt. I got hurt emotionally, and I want to build now.
Okay. So when you insulted me, what were you trying to do?
Get you on the podcast.
By insulting me?
Jeez, we're not going anywhere. You're not doing the podcast. This kid do, right?
You have to communicate if you want me to do the podcast. I wanted to understand what your thoughts on drug pricing were. You said that you seem to insinuate that my drug pricing policies. I'm sorry if this conversation is annoying. Hello?